Welcome back guys. In this video we will discuss about the continuous time convolution. Okay, so this is the our LTI system and the ST is the impulse response, and impulse response and transfer function terms are used only for LTI system. Next point is the impulse response is used for defining LTI system in time domain, and transfer function is used for as domain and frequency domain. Okay, so these are the point you have to remember. Our output is the combination of zero input response plus zero state response. So zero input response is due to the initial condition. So output generated by ZIR is due to the initial condition. Okay, or output is generated by ZSR is due to the applied input. For linearity of the system, the initial conditions are assumed to be zero. If initial conditions are not zero, then system will become non-linear. So this is our S domain relationship between input and output, where HS is the impulse response. This equation for frequency domain. Okay. Next we will discuss about the convolution. So to understand the convolution, suppose that you have to find one person named Robin, and that person you know very well, and that person is in sitting in crowd of 15 people. So you have to match identification of that person with each 15 people. So lower possibility to find Robin is 1, means first person is Robin, and the upper possibility to find Robin is 50, because if 1 to 49 the identification is not matched, so number 15 is our Robin. So upper possibility is 50. So the same way the convolution also works. Okay, so convolution work from lower limit to higher limit. Okay, so representation of convolution between two signal is xt. This is the sign of convolution and st. Okay, where xt our input, yt is our output, where st is the impulse response. So yt can be written in two terms, or we can say that yt can be written by convolution of xt and st, and the integration form we can write y2 equal to integration of minus infinity to plus infinity x tau as t minus tau and d tau. And you can write in this form also. Now let's talk about the representation of the continuous time signal in terms of impulse. Okay, so xt can be written, the xt is where xt is the continuous signal, and xt can be written in terms of impulse response also. So minus infinity to plus infinity x tau d x tau del t minus tau d tau. Let's take xt is ut. Okay, so ut can be written in form del t, where integration minus infinity to plus infinity u tau del t minus tau. This is equal to 0 to infinity integration tau t minus tau d tau. Now we will discuss about the stability of continuous time LTI system. In next video we will discuss about the discrete time LTI system. So where xt is our input and LTI is impulse response st, and yt is our output. So let's take xt is our bounded function, where value of xt is bx is less than infinity. Okay, so mod of xt is less than bx and less than infinity, and you can write y2 equal to plus infinity to minus infinity to plus infinity as tau integration x t minus tau d tau. So in convolution form you can write in this form. Let's take mod of this equation y2 equal to, so mod of yt equal to mod of these things. So mod will go to inner side of integration. So this will be y2 mod is less than, okay, here is the less than mod of this thing. So this term can be write in this form. If you write this term in this form, so where we already know the x t is bounded function and the value of is bx. Okay, from this equation we can see output yt is bounded if this integral form is also bounded, or we can say that this is will be absolutely integrable. Okay, so this one is also bounded, and the integral must be absolutely integrable. Next is we will discuss about the properties of convolution. Okay, so this is the diagram of parallel connection, and the yt is given by y1 plus y2. You can see in the diagram. So y1 is equal to xt convolution st, y2 is equal to xt convolution s2t, and this can be written in this form. And further, the limits are equal and the xt is the same, so you can combine these two terms, and finally we will get this one. So h equivalent is h1 plus h2. So from this equation we can say the convolution possesses the distributive property. Next property is cumulative property. So xt convolution st is equal to st convolution xt. We already written this equation. Here. Okay, this is the cumulative property. Next we will discuss the cascade connection of continuous time LTI system. So cascade connection. So output of first LTI system is Zt. So Yt it can be written by Zt convolution S2t. So Zt is equal to xt convolution H1t convolution S2t. From this equation we can say the convolution possesses the associative property. Next property is shifting property. If xt convolution st is equal to yt, then if you delay the input signal and if you delay the system, then the output is yt minus t1 minus t2, or we can further say yt minus bracket t1 plus t2. So delay in each step, delay in output is the total sum of delay. Next is convolution with impulse. So from this property the question were asked in GATE exam and EC exam also. So xt convolution delta t minus t naught is equal to t minus t naught. Okay, and the convolution of this function with the delta t function is equal to x t minus t naught and t1. And the differential property of convolution is, if you differentiate this one, dx by dt convolution st equal to yt divided by dt, and xt convolution dht divided by dt dyt by dt. And the time scaling property, xat convolution hat is equal to 1 by mod a yat. So to understand the convolution, let's take one example from where you can understand. So impulse function is given and the input is given, so we have to find the convolution of x and h. So you can write in this form, xt plus 5 convolution delta t minus 7. So from this property we can write this one. So where value is t1 is minus 5 and value is t naught is 7. So you can add them, you will get xt minus 2. Point to remember here, impulse function del t is the function whose all transform is 1. Okay, the transform of del t is 1. For static LTI system, or we can say the memoryless LTI system, impulse response should be impulse at origin, or transfer function should be independent of frequency. This is for memoryless LTI system. Okay, remember these things. The static system is memoryless system, and this is line valid for memoryless system. So filters are dynamic system because that depends on the frequency. Now we will discuss about the causality. So causality of this LTI system is depend on the this function. Okay, so you can see x t minus tau is the future input. This is not equal to 0. So we consider x t minus tau is causal. So for causality, tau must be greater than t, or we can say this is future input not equal to 0. Okay, this is the right shifting case, and for this reason we can say as tau equal to 0 for t less than 0. Another point to remember here, convolution of two even function or two odd function is always even signal, and the convolution of one even signal and one odd signal is always a odd signal. And next point is the width of resultant of convolution is the sum of width of individual signal to be convolved. Suppose that width of the first function is t1 and width of the second function is t2, so total width will be t1 plus t2. And next point is xt convolution st is equal to yt, so area of xt of area of ht is equal to area of yt, so ax ah equal to ay. Here is ay, where a is the area. And next point is lower limit and upper limit is decided by the sum of the lower limit and the sum of the upper limits of individuals. So this point is important to solve the convolution problems. So let's take one example. So in this example we have to calculate the impulse response, where step response is given 2 e power minus t ut. So we know the relation between del t and ut. So del t is dut plus del t. So in response we can also written that impulse response is equal to differentiation of unit step response. So unit response is given. So differentiate this one, you will get this one. Okay, this you can say. So minus 2 e power minus t ut plus 2 e power minus t del t. And from the property of del t, so from the property of delta function, put t equal to 0 here in this form function. So we will get minus 2 e power minus 2 ut plus 2 delta t. So we already discussed the delta function property in first video. Next question is given, xt is given e power minus t ut and st equal to e power minus 2t ut. So you have to find the convolution of xt and st. So to find the convolution of xt, so yt is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x tau as t minus tau. So you can write this equation, x tau is e power minus tau u tau e power minus 2 t minus tau u t minus tau. Okay, so further you can write this equation. So ut is our this one. Okay, these red things are ut. Ut start from here and goes to here. So this is our ut, and ut minus tau is this one. Okay, first apply time reversal property on u tau, we will get u minus tau, and the right shift by t we will get ut minus tau. So ut minus tau is this function. So from this equation you can write u tau is defined after tau is greater than 0. So you can write this one e power minus 2t 0 to plus infinity e plus tau ut minus tau. Okay, now define ut minus tau function. When tau is less than t it gives 1 and tau greater than t it gives 0. So to solve this question, let's take t is less than 0. So when t is less than 0, so ut minus tau is also 0 because t is less than 0. So when t is less than 0, ut minus tau is 0 and yt is also 0. So we already discussed this case first one. In is here you can see when t is less than 0 ut minus tau is 0. From this equation you can say. And next case is t greater than 0. When t is greater than 0 you can write 0 to t e की power minus tau ut minus tau d tau plus e की power minus 2t integration t tends to infinity e tau ut minus tau. So this is 0. Okay, and for integration u0 to t, so this is 0 because of delta t is greater than tau is greater than t. So this function is 0 and integrate this one, you will get y2 equal to e की power minus 2t e tau t tau, and finally answer y2 equal to e की power minus t minus e की power minus 2t, and here is ut. Now for stability of function, the transfer function pole should be in left hand side and the pole at 0 is marginally stable. If a static function is given, then the impulse response is at origin and transfer function is independent of frequency. In first example, the impulse response is at origin. So this is static, this is dynamic. So this is dynamic and this is also dynamic, and this is static because the transfer function is doesn't depend on frequency. So and this is dynamic. Let's take another example. In this example, as t is equal to e की power minus 2t ut, so this function is causal. Okay, we can see for causality, as t is equal to 0 where t is less than 0. From this diagram you can see as t is 0 here and t is less than 0. So this is causal and this function is not causal because as t is not equal to 0 here when t is less than 0. Okay, so this is not causal. Delta t is a causal function, and third function is as t is equal to mod of sin t. So mod of sin t is also non-causal because as t is not equal to 0 for t is less than 0. Let's take another example and try to solve it. So this question you have to solve it, and to get the answer of this question, join our Telegram channel and link are given in the description box. Next example we will discuss. We have to tell about the stability and causality of continuous time LTI system. So let's take first example. As t is given e की power minus 4t ut minus tau. So you have to tell me the it is non-causal or causal, or tell me about the stability of this function. So this function is causal because the ut minus tau is the right shifting case. So for t is less than 0, it is 0 already. Okay, so this is causal function and this is stable because the integration of mod as t is bounded function, or it is a absolutely integrable. Next is as t is equal to e की power minus 6t u3 minus t and u3 minus t. So this function is not causal and this is function also unstable. Next question is as t is equal to e की power minus 2t ut plus 50. So you can directly tell ut minus 50 is the left case. So when t is less than 0, it is not 0. This impulse response is non-causal, or we can say the LTI system is non-causal, and this is stable function. Okay. Next question is as t e की power minus 2t u minus 1 minus t. So this function is not causal. If you know the graph of u minus 1, u minus t, you can easily tell about the causality of this system. So this system is stable. Next is as t e की power minus c mod of t. So this question is clearly non-causal. Okay, So graph of e की power minus 60 mod t is like this one, here and here. For this part, when t is less than 0, as t is not equal to 0. So this is not causal. The stability of this function you can find from this integral is 1 by 3. So this LTI system is stable. Next question is, as t equal to t e की power minus t ut. So this function is clearly, you can say, causal. When the ut is given or right shift condition is given, the system is causal. Okay, and this is the function is, the system is stable. And next question is, as t equal to 2 e की power minus t e की power minus t minus 100 divided by 100 ut. So this system is causal and the system is unstable. Thank you guys. In next video we will discuss about the discrete time LTI system. So to find explanation of this question, you can join us on Telegram. The Telegram link is given in the description box. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you guys.